Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a 45-minute-ish level 2-3 strength building forward fold-ish sort of class. So neutral hips, no hip openers, no twists, no back bends, plank work, chaturanga work, there's some lunge work in there, there's some balance work in there. We get a little bit flowy around the mat at some point and generally just build some heat. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe and tell a friend. And if you've got comments or feedback, please let me know in the comments section below. We are going to get started today at the top of our mats in Savasana. Your mat in Skandasana and ground down evenly through both of your feet. Take a nice deep inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, maybe look up, and then as you exhale, take a generous bend in your knees as you fold forward. As you inhale, straighten out the legs, hands up the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, come into your forward fold. Drop the tail down, ground down through the feet, start to roll up the length of your spine all the way to stand. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way overhead. This time as you exhale, ground down through the right foot as you side bend over towards the left. See if you can open your right armpit a little bit more up towards the sky. And then inhale, come through center. Exhale, ground down through the left foot a little bit more as you side bend to the right. Open the left armpit to the sky. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, forward fold. Generous bend in the knees. One more time, roll up the length of your spine. As you inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step back on the ball of the right foot, lower the right knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, tuck under the back toes, just lift the back knee an inch. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, just float the back knee off. Inhale, set it down. We're going to go for 3 more. So you're not lifting super high. It's just like you're trying to slide like a Lego piece or something under there. Inhale, come back into your Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, if you can, keep the hands off the floor, straighten out through the front legs, send the hips back, half splits. Inhale, come forward into your low lunge. As you exhale, maybe the hands sweep to the back of the room as you send the hips back into your half splits. We've got 3 more here. Last one, we're going to stay in our half splits. Fingertips will come down to the floor or blocks. Point your left toe. Take an inhale. This is way harder than it should be. As you exhale, engage your left quad. See if you can lift your left heel off. Cramp. Inhale. Set it down. As you exhale, see if you can lift the left heel. Inhale, set it down. My quad is cramping every time I do this. As you exhale, lift the heel. Inhale, set it down. We're going to do 2 more. Set the foot down. Inhale, come into your low lunge. And then as you exhale, plant the hands, tuck under the back toe, lift the knees, step back, high plank pose. Lower your knees here if you need to. Otherwise, keep your plank. And we're just going to take a few circles on the wrists. And then change it to the other direction. from here, you're going to start to bend your knees, send your hips back towards your heels, like you're coming into child's pose, except the knees stay off the floor. And then start to straighten the legs, ripple yourself forward into your high plank. So it's almost like you kind of just roll through downward dog. We'll do it a couple more times. So start to bend the knees as you send the hips back to the heels like a hovering child's pose. Start to straighten the knees, but as you do, roll yourself forward into your high plank pose. We're going to do it 3 more times. Don't worry if it doesn't look like anything in particular. Find something that feels good in your body here. Last one. We're going to meet in our high plank pose. We're going to lower down to chaturanga for the count of 8. So start to shift yourself forward, lower down for 8, 7, hug the elbows in for 6, 5, keep the hips lifting, 4, 3, engage your quads, 2, 1, we're going to hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With control, lower the chest and the belly to the floor. Keep everything else where it is. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale from the floor, we're coming all the way back to plank for a count of 8, 7. Don't leave your hips behind. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, hovering child's pose. And then you're going to step, walk, or float yourself to the top of your mat. Inhale, come into your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left leg back, lower the back knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, you're just going to float that back knee off, engage the legs. Inhale, slowly tap it down. Exhale, lift the back knee just a smidge. Inhale, set it down. Got 3 more. Last time. Set the knee down, take an inhale. As you exhale, with or without the hands on the floor, come into your half splits. Inhale, back into your low lunge. 4 more on your own. We'll hold it down in our half splits. Hands come down if they're not already. Point out your right toes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, engage your quad, engage your lower abs. See if you can float the heel. Oh, my quads are cramping. Inhale, release it. Now my hamstring is cramping. I'm having a disaster. As you exhale, see if you can lift your right heel. My body's like, bitch, we already did squats today. What's going on? Inhale, let it go. You're going to do 3 more on your own while I try and stop my entire body from turning into a cramp. I clearly need to eat more bananas. Set it down. You'll inhale, come into your Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, set your hands down. Lift the back knee, step it all the way back into your high plank pose. This time we're going to come into side plank, so ground down to your right palm, swivel to the outside edge of your right foot, reach your left arm up, modify however you need to. And we're just going to hang out here for 5 breaths, stacking the left hip on top of the right, drawing the right shoulder blade down the back body, and taking the gaze wherever is comfortable for your neck. We're going to come into chaturanga here chaturanga from here and hold. So take an inhale. As you exhale, left hand finds the floor, come all the way down to chaturanga. We're going to hold it for 10, 9, shift forward a little for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press back up to your high plank, straight into the other side. Ground down through the left hand. Make any modifications you need and take 5 slow deep breaths here. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, we're coming back into chaturanga. We're going to hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, listen carefully, 2. We're coming all the way down to the belly on 1. Take one inhale. And then as you exhale, it's a slow raise back up to plank for the count of 10, 9, engage your quads, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it all the way back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, come really high up onto the toes. And then as you exhale, press the heels down towards the floor. Try and get yourself long enough in your dog that your heels naturally don't touch the floor. Inhale, raise up onto your toes, press into the big toes. And then exhale, drive the heels down to the floor. We've got 3 more. See if you can create some space between your neck and your shoulders. Relax your jaw, relax your head. We're going to take this to the upper body. So hands are about shoulder distance apart. Your elbows are going to face towards the back of the room. We're going to drop down into a dolphin pose. So as you inhale, try not to let your elbows splay wide. See if you can lower both elbows at the same time coming into your dolphin pose. Shoulders land above the elbows. You might have to shorten your stance. And then as you exhale, if you can, both at the same time, press into the floor. Lift your elbows away into your down dog. As you inhale, slowly lower the elbows. And then as you exhale, press the floor away, lift up. We're going to do 4 more of these. So try and lower nice and slow. Don't just slam your elbows down into the floor. Be kind to your body. If that means that you need to come down onto your knees or put a pillow or something there, then do that. You're going to do this for a long time, so take care of yourself. We've got 4 more. The last one. You can do this next bit either from dolphin or downward dog. We're going to make our way to the top of the mat. So you can either drop your elbows in dolphin or stay in downward dog. It's going to be the same either way. You're going to bend your knees, wind yourself up, take an inhale, and then as you exhale, step, walk, or float. Forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. We'll take our sun salutations. Inhale, raise all the way to stand. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step, walk, or float, chaturanga. Listen carefully. Inhale, come back to chaturanga, to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly, just to tap. Inhale here. As you exhale, press the floor away, high plank. On your next inhale, swivel to the outside edge of the left foot, side plank. As you exhale, optional chaturanga or hold plank. Inhale, come through center, Right hand plants, left arm up, side plank. Optional chaturanga or plank. Inhale, everybody plank. Exhale, downward dog, bend the knees, step, walk or float to the top of the mat. So that's our sun salutation A. You can take or leave as much of it as you like. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float. First chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale all the way to the belly. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press back up. Plank. Side plank on the left. Inhale. As you exhale, chaturanga or plank. Side plank to the right. As you inhale, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, chaturanga or plank. Everybody inhale, plank. Exhale, hovering child's pose, bend the knees to the back of the mat. Step, walk or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. We can do 3 more rounds. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale to the belly. Take an inhale. Exhale to plank. Inhale, side plank 1. Exhale through center. Inhale, side plank 2. Exhale through center. Inhale, everyone meets in plank. Exhale, downward dog or your floating, hovering child's pose. Step, walk or float to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float. Chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale to the belly. Take an inhale. Exhale to plank. Inhale, side plank 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, side plank 2. Exhale through center. Everybody plank, inhale. Exhale to the back of the mat. Step, walk or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. 1 more round. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale to the belly. Inhale here. Exhale, plank. Inhale, side plank 1. Exhale, through center. Inhale, side plank 2. Exhale through center. Inhale, plank. Exhale, load it up at the back of the mat. Step, walk or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips down, chair pose. Ground out evenly through your feet. If you need a little bit more space, take your feet apart. Make sure that your feet are grounded down, your toes are grounded down, but you're not death gripping the mat. So you've got even weight through your whole foot. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, sink a little lower if you can. We're here for 4 more breaths. Take an inhale. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step, walk or float, chaturanga. We're going to hold it. Option to stay here. Otherwise, as you exhale, float the right foot off. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, left foot off. Float it down. We've got 4 more on each side. You could do this from your knees. One more each side. Press the floor away, plank pose. downward facing dog. As you inhale, sweep your right leg up to the sky. Option to take that left hand back behind you. Take an inhale. Option to keep that left hand floating wherever you are. As you exhale, you're going to see if you can bring your right knee to tap your right elbow and hold. So maybe your left hand is still reaching back behind you. We're here for 3 more breaths wherever you are. As you inhale, send that right leg back. Maybe that left hand is still floating. As you exhale, right leg is going to step through. We're coming up, into our crescent lunge. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, torso comes forward, arms sweep back, power lunge. Keep the torso as it is. As you inhale, just sweep the arms forward. Exhale, sweep them back. Inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale, sweep it back. Think about drawing that right hip crease back as if you could drag your right heel and your left toes towards each other. We're going to take one more here. Big transition. You're going to cartwheel that left hand open. We're coming all the way to Skandasana on the left leg. So hands can come down if you need to. Bend your left leg to the back of the mat. Right toes face the ceiling. Left heel may or may not be on the floor. We're going to do that a couple of times just to get used to it. So ground down through your right foot. We're going to cartwheel all the way back into our power lunge. Reach your hands forward. And then take a big cartwheel all the way to the back of the mat into your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to come all the way back into our power lunge. Ground down through your right foot. Pivot all the way back to your power lunge at the top of the mat. And then as you inhale, open up. Skandasana to the back. We're just going to go 2 more times. So bring it forward, power lunge. Bring it back, Skandasana. Last one. We're going to meet in our Skandasana and then we're going to pivot all the way to the back of the mat, coming into a standing split. I know, we're getting a little bit crazy here. So, hands can be down on the ground, or you can float your hands up towards where your right leg is facing. I'm warning you now, we're coming into Shiva squats. So take an inhale here. As you exhale, your torso will come up a little bit. Bend your left knee, tuck your right knee behind, Shiva squat. Inhale, come back into your standing splits. Hands can be down the whole time if you need. As you exhale, tuck the right knee behind the left, Shiva squat. Inhale, standing split. We've just got 3 more. Come into your standing split. We're going to set that right foot down, coming into a low lunge at the back of the mat. And then we're going to pivot all the way through into our star pose. So now you're facing the long end of your mat. You're standing. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're coming into a forward fold, but we're only coming halfway down. So arms are wide, torso is parallel with the floor. Take an inhale. As you exhale, come back up into your star pose. So this is like a wide-legged deadlift. Inhale, come halfway down into your fold. And then exhale, drive through the feet, come to stand. So I'm imagining, keep going, we've got 3 more. I'm imagining when I come to stand, almost like I'm drawing the inner edges of my feet together, as well as engaging my glutes and my hamstrings. Last one. And then this time you'll come all the way down into your forward fold. Option to stay here, otherwise if you have a handstand or headstand practice, you can take that now. We're going to be here for 4 more breaths.
If you came upside down, you're going to come back into a forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, pivot back to the original front of the mat, step it back, high plank pose. I hope that I remember all of this on the other side. This was not specifically what I was planning to do. Okie dokie. You're in your high plank pose. As you inhale, you're just going to bend your knees so that your legs are kind of loose and hanging above the mat. You should feel your abs engage a little bit more to support you. And then exhale, straighten out your legs, high plank. Inhale, just let those knees hover above the mat. Exhale, high plank. So it's not like a hovering tabletop, it's not like a bear, unless your body proportions kind of work in a way that that's where you end up. It's kind of just like a saggy knee plank, but you're not dropping your hips. We've got one more. Shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Let's see if we can do that on the other side. As you inhale, sweep your left leg up towards the sky. Remember, option to keep the right hand down, otherwise you can float that right hand off behind you. Take an inhale. Wherever you are, as you exhale, you're going to shift forward and tap your left knee towards your left elbow. We're going to hold it for 5 breaths. Coming out the way we came in, left leg goes back up to the sky. Take an inhale. As you exhale, left foot steps all the way through, coming up into your crescent lunge. Inhale here. As you exhale, power lunge, sweep the arms back. Keep the torso low. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, sweep the arms back. 4 more here. Last one. Sweep the arms forward, take an inhale, and then keep pivoting all the way open, coming into Skandasana on the right leg at the back of the mat. So we've landed on our right leg, left toes up towards the sky, hands can be up or down, right heel may or may not be on the floor. Now we're going to reverse it. So start to ground down through the left foot. It's like you're crawling yourself towards the top of the mat. You're going to pivot all the way back into that power lunge. Find a breath pattern here that works the best for you. I'm going to inhale to open myself into my Skandasana. And then I'm going to exhale to take myself back into a power lunge. You do 3 more at your own pace. Don't worry if you have to wiggle and move around on your mat as you go through. Your limbs do not have to be glued to one place. Does not have to look pretty. We've been traveling, we're in Canada at the moment, and the town that I live in Mexico is like very rural, and it's pretty much like whatever you want to wear goes. And I'm realizing that I'm very, very unfashionable now that I'm here in Canada. We're going to come all the way to our Skandasana at the back of the mat, and then we're going to pivot all the way into a standing split on the right leg. So we're facing the back of the mat, right leg is down, left leg is up, hands may or may not be on the floor. We're coming into our Shiva squat, so take an inhale, bend the right knee, tuck the left leg behind, and then as you exhale, come back into your standing splits, whatever that looks like. Inhale, come into your Shiva squat, and then as you exhale, come into your standing splits. We've got 3 more here. From here, you're going to step back into a low lunge, take an inhale, and then open yourself up wide, face the side of your mat into your star. Parallel your feet, take an inhale. This time hands come behind the head, elbows are wide. Exhale. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're coming halfway down into that fold. think about spine being parallel to the floor. And then as you exhale, drive it all the way up. So it's a hinge from the hips. That's the movement that we're trying to aim for here. Inhale, hinge at the hips. And then exhale, drive yourself to stand. We're going to take 3 more. So that's kind of the difference between a deadlift and a squat, is just sort of the position of your torso. You hinge in both, but a deadlift is more straight legs, hinging back, straight-ish legs, hinging back. A squat is more of a bend. Anyway, you're going to come halfway down. Hands can come all the way down into your fold, or once again, if you wanted to play with your handstand, headstand, pincher, anything that you've got going on, you could come into a crow pose. You got 5 breaths to play here. And then straddle those legs out. Come back into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, pivot back towards the left. So we're back towards the front of the mat. Step back, high plank pose. So I'm going to give you a couple of options here. So you could either just go same knee, tapping the same elbow in your plank, alternating. If you want to make this a little bit harder, we're going to bring the opposite hand to meet the incoming knee. So take an inhale. As you exhale, draw your left knee towards your chest, and then take your right hand and tap the knee, and then inhale, send it back to plank. Exhale, right knee comes to the chest, left hand taps it, inhale, set it back. Exhale, see if you can lift the hand and the foot at the same time. Inhale to plank, exhale, lift, inhale to plank. We're going to do 3 more on each side, nice and slow. Come into your plank pose, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, listen carefully. As you inhale, we're opening up, side plank to the left. Exhale, chaturanga, I know you love these. Inhale, side plank to the right. Inhale, chaturanga. Don't worry, we've only got 4 more on each side. You can always drop your knees. And if you need to ditch the chaturanga and just come through plank in the center, then that is fine. You could also take wide arm push-ups here as well, if that feels better for your shoulders. Two more on each side. One more each side. Oh no, just one more on this side. One more on the left. Come through center. Send yourself back in downward facing dog. Look to the top of your mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. We're going to do that flow one more time and add on a couple of things. Inhale, come into your chair pose. Stay in your chair pose. As you exhale, ground down through your left foot. Bring your right knee towards your chest. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, drive your left knee towards your chest. Inhale, set it down. So keeping as low as you can in your chair. And you're thinking about driving that lifting knee as high in towards your chest as you can. Active mobility. We've got 3 more on each side. Inhale into your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, chaturanga, we're going to hold. This is our last chaturanga hold. You can drop your knees. Take an inhale. As you exhale, Right leg lifts. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, left leg lifts. Inhale, set it down. 4 more on each side. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, press the floor away. Downward facing dog. On your next inhale, sweep the right toes up. As you exhale, option to float the left hand back. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just one time, everybody tap right knee, right elbow. Inhale, come back into your dog. And then exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, come into your crescent lunge. This time as you exhale, come up into your warrior 3. Inhale, come back into your crescent lunge, tap the back knee. Exhale all the way into your warrior 3. Arms can reach forwards or backwards. We've got 3 more here. Last one. Come down into a power lunge, take an inhale. Exhale, open it all the way up. Come into your Skandasana at the back of the mat. Take an inhale, pivot towards the back of the mat. And then exhale, standing splits. Inhale, just one time, Shiva squat. As you exhale, come all the way to standing, right knee to chest. You might stay here, otherwise, pistol squats, with or without the assistance of your right hand holding your right foot. As you inhale, you're just coming as low as you can. So maybe you can go ass to grass and maybe you can't. And then as you exhale, you'll come all the way back up with or without the use of your hands. As you inhale, you'll come down. We're just doing 5. And then as you exhale, you'll come all the way back up. And so maybe you can do 2 really deep and the other 3 need to be a little bit shallower. That's fine. Meet yourself where you're at. Nobody gets good overnight. It's practice. Ooh. And sometimes you need to hold on to a very strategically placed couch to help you out. So last one. We're going to come back into a Shiva squat just for funsies. And then as you exhale, standing split. Step the right foot back, inhale into your runner's lunge. As you exhale, open up, star pose. Take an inhale, reach tall. As you exhale, we're coming into a goddess squat. It's not going to be super deep. Inhale, come into your star. Exhale, pivot back to the top of your mat and step into a high plank. As you inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, just one time each side. Side plank to the left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, side plank to the right. One more time for fun. Chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Last time, last side. Inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the sky. Nope, left leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, maybe your right hand floats back. Take an inhale. As you exhale, everybody tap left knee, left elbow. Inhale, take it back up. As you exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. As you exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, crescent lunge, tap the back knee to the floor. Exhale, warrior 3. We've got 3 more here. Step back into a power lunge, take an inhale, and then as you exhale, Skandasana to the back of your mat. Inhale to pivot into your runner's lunge at the back, and then exhale, standing splits. On your inhale, Shiva squat. As you exhale, come all the way to standing, left knee to chest. You know what's coming, we've got pistols. As you inhale, send yourself down to however low you're going. Might be different on this side. And then as you exhale, bring yourself all the way back up. We've got 4 more, take it at your pace. I am struggling with this side of my body recently. After your last one, you'll come all the way back up. Come into a Shiva squat, inhale. As you exhale, step back into your runner's lunge. Inhale, pivot all the way open to star. As you exhale, 1 time into goddess. Inhale into your star. Exhale, pivot to the top of your mat. Step it through your plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, side plank. Last chaturanga of practice as you exhale. Inhale to plank. Exhale, bend the knees. Step, walk or float through to a seat. Navasana boat pose. So lean your torso back a little bit. We're going to do something a little bit different in this boat pose. You're going to shoot your legs long and bring them really close to the floor. So as close as you can handle without setting them down. So you're kind of like in a really long L or a V. It's called an obtuse angle. I was never very good at maths. You could hold it right here. Otherwise, on your next exhale, you're going to bring your left leg up. So now you're making like a big scissor with your legs. And then inhale, lower it down. Hands can be down for support. As you exhale, lift your right leg up. It might be bent. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, lift the left leg. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, right leg. Inhale, lower it down. 3 more on each side. Set those feet down. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, and then as you exhale, come into a forward fold. You can feel free to hang out here, otherwise one last little blast of heat. You'll walk yourself up a little bit. Fingertips will plant somewhere between the knees and the hips, or the knee, somewhere along the outside of the leg actually. It really depends on your body proportions. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to press down into your fingertips, engage your quads, see if you can lift your heels or one heel, and then inhale, set it down. Exhale, lift the legs. Inhale, set it down. So the idea here would be that eventually you don't have to use your hands so much. So you're trying to put more of the work into your legs and your lower body and less of the work into your hands, which is ridiculously hard. In case you hadn't already figured that out, I just thought I would let you know. We've got 3 more wherever you are. And set it down. Scoot yourself towards the top of your mat. Reach your hands in front of you. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, as slow as you can, roll yourself all the way down onto your back. Draw your knees in towards your chest. You're going to take your favorite spinal twist, so any leg variation that you like. Think about grounding the opposite shoulder down to the floor. So if you're twisting to the left, think about grounding your right shoulder down. And then when you're ready, you'll take it over to the other side. Bring it back through center, hug those knees in towards the chest. Happy baby, reclined pigeon, anything else that you feel like you need here, please feel free to take it. And then whenever you're ready, find your Savasana, your final resting position. I encourage you to stay here even if it's just for 2 slow deep breaths. If you have time to stay longer, if it serves you to stay longer, please feel free to do so. As always, thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Namaste.